My dear friends, we are here to explore a profound truth, a divine principle that has the power to reshape your entire existence. Tonight, we shall delve into the art of acting as you are the best. Now, let me be clear from the outset. When I speak of acting as you are the best, I am not referring to some external, worldly concept of superiority. No, my beloved, I am speaking of something far more profound, far more divine. I am speaking of recognizing and embodying the God within you, the perfect. You see, the great secret of life is this: your imagination is God. It is the creative power of the universe expressing itself through you. And when you truly grasp this truth, when you fully embody it, you will understand that acting as you are the best is not an act at all. It is a revelation of your true nature. Let us begin by understanding the nature of reality. The world you see around you with all its seeming solidity is nothing but a shadow, a reflection of your own consciousness. It is a mirror showing you the contents of your own mind. And just as a mirror faithfully reflects whatever stands before it, so does your world reflect your beliefs about yourself and your place in it. So, when I urge you to act as you are the best, I am inviting you to change the image in the mirror. I am calling you to revise your concept of self, to see yourself as the divine, perfect being that you truly are. For when you do this, when you hold this image firmly in your mind, the outer world has no choice but to reorganize itself to match this new inner reality. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can I act as I am the best when my current circumstances tell me otherwise? Ah, my dear friends, this is where faith comes in. Not faith in some external deity or power, but faith in the God within you. Faith in the power of your own imagination. You must dare to assume the feeling of being the best, even when all external evidence contradicts it. Remember, the evidence of your senses is nothing but the fruit of past beliefs. It is the harvest of seeds planted in the past. But you, my beloved, are not bound by the past. You're free to plant new seeds, to imagine a new self, a new reality. Let me share with you a fundamental law of minds. What you assume, you become. Your assumptions have persisted in, hardened into fact. This is not mere positive thinking or wishful daydreaming. This is the creative power of God working through you. When you assume the feeling of being the best, when you live from that state, you are literally reshaping your reality at its most fundamental level. Now let us explore how to put this principle into practice. The key lies in what I call the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must enter into the state of consciousness of already being best. Feel it, live it, breathe it. Make it so real, your imagination, that it becomes impossible to tell where imagination ends and reality begins. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself as the absolute best in your field, in your relationships, in your spiritual life. See yourself moving through the world with the confidence and grace of someone who knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are the best. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the deep sense of fulfillment that comes with this state. Use the crucial parts. You must maintain this feeling. You must live from this state. When you open your eyes, carry this feeling with you. Let it infuse every aspect of your life. Speak as the best would speak. Move as the best would move. Make decisions as the best would make them. You may ask, but Neville, isn't this deception? Am I not lying to myself? My dear friends, nothing could be further from the truth. Remember, your imagination is God. When you imagine yourself as the best, you are not creating a fantasy. You are recognizing a divine truth that has always existed. You are letting go of the illusion of limitation and embracing your true, limitless nature. Consider the words of Scripture. Be ye perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. This is not a command to strive endlessly for an unattainable ideal. It is a recognition of what you already are. You are made in the image and likeness of God. Perfection is your true nature. Being the best is your birthright. Now let me address a common misconception. Acting as you are the best does not mean comparing yourself to others or seeking to outdo them. Remember, there is only one God, one consciousness, expressing itself through all. When you truly embody being the best, you recognize this same divinity in all beings. You lift others up, for you understand that their success is your success, their joy is your joy. This understanding leads to a profound shift in how you move through the world. Instead of competing, you collaborate. Instead of seeking to prove your worth, you freely express your gifts. You become a channel for the divine, allowing the infinite creativity of God to flow through you unimpeded. Let us now explore the practical aspects of living from this state of being the best. It begins with your self-talk, the inner conversation you carry on throughout the day. Most people, unaware of the creative power of their words, constantly affirm their limitations and shortcomings. They say things like, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this, it's too hard for me." But you, my dear friends, knowing the truth of who you are, must vigilantly guard your inner conversation. Speak to yourself as you would speak to the best. Encourage yourself, uplift yourself. Remind yourself of your divine nature. Let your inner dialogue be a constant affirmation of your perfection and power. Remember, your inner conversations are the fabric from which your reality is woven. Every word you speak to yourself is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And make no mistake, these seeds will grow. They will bear fruit in your external world. So choose your inner words wisely, lovingly, powerfully. Now, some of you may be wondering about the role of action in this process. Surely you might think, I can't just imagine being the best. I must do something to make it a reality. And you are right, action is important. But understand this. Inspired action flows naturally from a changed state of consciousness. When you truly embody the state of being the best, you will find yourself naturally taking actions aligned with that state. You won't have to force yourself to work hard or make difficult choices. The right actions will come to you effortlessly, joyfully. There's a natural expression of your new self-concept. This is the meaning behind the scriptural advice to seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. The kingdom of God is not some far-off heavenly realm. It is a state of consciousness. The state of knowing yourself as one with God is the best expression of divine perfection. When you seek this state first, when you live from it consistently, everything else falls into place. Now, let us address the challenges you may face as you embark on this journey of acting as you are the best. There will be times when the old patterns of thought and behavior try to reassert themselves. There will be moments when the evidence of your senses seems to contradict your new self-concept. In these moments, you must stand firm in your faith. Remember, the outer world is nothing but a shadow, a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. It has no power over you unless you give it power. Your task is to remain faithful to your vision, to a new concept of self. This is what it means to live by faith and not by sight. It is a commitment to your imaginal acts, a steadfast loyalty to the God within you. For remember, your human eyes may see lack, limitation, and failure. But the eye of God, your imagination, sees only perfection, abundance, and success. Let me share with you a powerful technique to strengthen your faith and deepen your embodiment of being the best. Each night, as you lie in bed drifting off to sleep, create a scene in your imagination that implies you are living as the best. Make it as vivid and real as possible. Engage all your senses. Feel the emotions you would feel if this scene were actually happening. Perhaps you imagine yourself receiving an award for being the best in your field. Feel the weight of the award in your hands. Hear the applause of the audience. See the smiles of your loved ones. Or perhaps you imagine a quiet moment of deep satisfaction, knowing that you have given your absolute best and achieved remarkable results. Whatever scene you choose, replay it in your mind as you fall asleep. For in that drowsy state, between waking and sleeping, your subconscious mind is most receptive. It will accept the imaginal scene as reality and begin the work of bringing it into manifestation. Do this night after night, and you will be amazed at how your outer world begins to conform to your inner vision. For you are engaging in the highest form of prayer, the prayer of assumption. You are assuming the state of being the best, and in doing so, You are calling it forth into manifestation. Now let us address a question that may be arising in some of your minds. If I am to act as I am the best, does that mean I should ignore my current shortcomings or areas where I need improvement? This is a profound question and it deserves a careful answer. The truth is, acknowledging areas for growth and acting as you are the best are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they are two sides of the same coin. When you truly embody the state of being the best, you naturally seek growth and improvement, not from a place of lack or insufficiency, but from a desire to more fully express your divine nature. Think of it this way. A master musician, acknowledged as one of the best in the world, still practices daily. A champion athlete at the peak of their game still trains rigorously. They do this not because they doubt their abilities, but because they are committed to expressing the fullness of their potential. So yes, by all means, identify areas where you can grow and improve, but do so from the state of being the best. Approach your growth not as a struggle to overcome deficiencies, but as an exciting opportunity to express more of your innate perfection. Remember, you are not becoming the best. You are the best, here and now, by virtue of your oneness with God. Any growth or improvement is simply a more complete manifestation of what already exists within you. Now, let us explore the ripple effects of acting as you are the best. When you embody this state, you become a living example of what is possible. You inspire others to recognize and express their own divine nature. You become a light in the world, illuminating the path for others. This is the true meaning of leadership. It's not about holding a position of authority or having others follow you. It's about being such a pure expression of your divine nature that you naturally uplift and inspire those around you. As you act as you are the best, you will find your relationships transforming. People will be drawn to your energy, your confidence, your joy. They will sense the God within you and respond to it with their own higher nature. You will find yourself surrounded by others who support and encourage your growth, who celebrate your successes as their own. In your work, you will find a new level of creativity and productivity. Ideas will flow to you effortlessly. Solutions to problems will present themselves with surprising ease. You will approach challenges, not with fear or stress, but with excitement and confidence, knowing that within you lies the infinite wisdom and power of God. Your health and vitality will improve as you align more fully with your divine nature. Remember, your body is a perfect reflection of your state of consciousness. As you embody the state of being the best, your body will naturally move towards its optimal state of health and well-being. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we discuss these principles. Some of you may be thinking, but Neville, if I act as I am the best, won't I become arrogant or egotistical? This is a common concern, but it stems from a misunderstanding of what it truly means to be the best. True greatness, my dear friends, is inherently humble. When you truly recognize and embody your divine nature, you simultaneously recognize this same divinity in all beings. You understand that your greatness is not personal. It is the greatness of God expressing itself through you. This understanding leads not to arrogance, but to a deep sense of gratitude and reverence for life. You become filled with a desire to serve, to share your gifts, to lift others up. For you recognize that in doing so, you are serving and uplifting God. So as you act as you are the best, do so with humility and love. Let your greatness be a gift to the world, a channel through which divine love and creativity can flow. This is the true meaning of being the best. Not to stand above others, but to stand as a clear expression of the divine, inspiring others to do the same. Now let us talk about persistence. Acting as you are the best is not a one-time event. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It is a continuous choice, a moment-by-moment decision to align with your true nature. There will be times when it feels challenging. There will be moments when the old patterns of thought and behavior try to reassert themselves. In these moments, you must persist. Remember, you are retraining your mind, rewiring your consciousness. This takes time and consistent effort. But here's the beautiful truth. Every time you choose to act as you are the best, every time you align with your divine nature, you make it easier to do so in the future. You are creating new neural pathways, new patterns of thought and behavior. Over time, being the best becomes your natural state, requiring no effort at all. So persist, my dear friends. Be vigilant in guarding your thoughts and assumptions. Be steadfast in your faith, even when appearances seem to contradict it. For remember, what you persist in assuming must invariably come to pass. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. Acting as you are the best is not about achieving some future state of perfection. It's about recognizing and expressing the perfection that already exists within you, here and now. You are not becoming the best. You are the best by virtue of your oneness with God. Your task is simply to remove the veils of limiting beliefs and false assumptions that have hidden this truth from you. As you do this, as you consistently act from the state of being the best, you allow more and more of your divine nature to express itself in your life. Remember, time is a construct of the human mind. In the realm of spirit, in the imagination of God, all is now. The best version of you already exists, complete and perfect. By acting as you are the best, you are simply aligning your human consciousness with this eternal truth. So I urge you, my beloved friends, go forth from this place with a new understanding, a new commitment to living as the divine being that you are. Let every thought, every word, every action be an expression of your best self. Live from the state of being the best. And watch and wonder as your world transforms to match this new state of consciousness. For you are the operant power in your life. You are the God of your universe. As you think, as you feel, as you assume, so shall your world be. Therefore, assume the best, feel the joy and confidence of being the best, and your world will have no choice but to reflect this back to you. I remind you of the words of Scripture. I and my Father are one. This is not a statement of future possibility, but a recognition of eternal truth. You are one with the creative power of the universe. You are the best because you are an expression of the best, the divine, perfect, limitless God. So go now and live from this truth. Act as you are the best, not as a performance or a pretense, but as a revelation of who you truly are. Let your light shine brightly, illuminating the path for others. For in doing so, you fulfill your highest purpose, to be a clear and perfect expression of God in this world. Remember, your imagination's God. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, use it powerfully. Imagine the best, feel the best, be the best. For that is what you are now and always. Thank you, and may your journey of self-discovery and divine expression be filled with joy, wonder, and infinite possibility. As we conclude our exploration of acting as you are the best, I want to emphasize the transformative power of this practice. By consistently embodying your highest self, you set in motion a series of events that will reshape your entire world. Remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. As you maintain the feeling of being the best, your circumstances will inevitably align with this new self-concept. This journey of acting as you are the best is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, times when the old patterns of thought attempt to reassert themselves. In these moments, stand firm in your conviction. Return to your imaginal acts, to the feeling of being the best. For it is your persistence in maintaining this state that will ultimately bring it into full manifestation. As you continue on this path, you will find that being the best becomes effortless. It will no longer feel like an act, but a natural expression of who you truly are. You will move through the world with grace and ease, knowing that you are a perfect expression of your life will become a living testament to the power of imagination and the truth of your oneness with God. Remember, my dear friends, that in acting as you are the best, you're not only transforming your own life, but you are contributing to the elevation of all humanity. For we are all one, all expressions of the same divine consciousness. As you rise, you lift others with you. Your light shines not just for you, but for all who cross your path. So go forth now, embodying the truth of your divine nature. Act as you are the best, not from a place of ego, but from a deep recognition of your oneness with God. Let every thought, every word, every action be a reflection of this truth. For in doing so, you fulfill your highest purpose, to be a clear and perfect channel through which the infinite love and creativity of God can flow into this world. Remember, you are the best because you are God expressing as you. Now go and live from this glorious truth.
As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to cast aside all notions of limitation, all beliefs of scarcity, and all fears that have held you in their grip. For in this moment, and in every moment hereafter, you possess the divine ability to compress eternity into the present instant. You are, in essence, the master of time itself. Consider, if you will, the nature of time. What is it truly? Is it the relentless ticking of the clock, the steady march of seconds, minutes, and hours? Or is it something far more fluid, far more malleable than we have been led to believe? I tell you now with absolute certainty that time is nothing more than a construct of consciousness, a canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. When you act as if you have no time left, you are not surrendering to a finite existence. Rather, you are claiming your birthright as an infinite being, capable of transcending the illusion of linear time. You are stepping into the eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where your deepest desires are already fulfilled. Let us pause for a moment and truly contemplate this idea. Close your eyes, if you will, and imagine that this very instant is all you have. Feel the weight of that realization settle upon you. Now ask yourself, if this were truly my last moment, what would I do? How would I feel? What truths would I speak? What love would I express? As you sit there, eyes closed, fully immersed in the reality of this eternal now, you are tapping into the infinite power of your imagination. You are, at this very moment, breaking free from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. For what is imagination if not the very substance of eternity, the evidence of reality is not yet seen in the world of Caesar? Now open your eyes and look around you. The world may appear unchanged, but I assure you, a profound shift has occurred within you. You have, for a brief moment, lived in the compression of time. You have experienced the intensity and clarity that comes when we shed the illusion of endless tomorrows. But let us not be content with mere glimpses of this timeless state. The art of acting as if you have no time left requires consistent practice, unwavering focus, and a willingness to live with an intensity that may at first seem overwhelming. It demands that you maintain the urgency of your last moment, not just in quiet contemplation, but in every waking instant of your day. Imagine, if you will, a man who truly understands that his time is limited. He does not procrastinate. He does not waste precious moments on trivial matters. He speaks his truth boldly, loves deeply, creates passionately. How does this man carry himself? How does he interact with others? How does he approach his goals and dreams? This man, my friends, moves through the world with a sense of purpose that is palpable. He doesn't wait for the right time to pursue his passions. He understands that now is the only time there is. He doesn't hold back his love or his forgiveness, for he knows that each interaction could be his last. He creates with abandon, pouring his entire being into his work, for he understands that his creations are his legacy. This man is not living in fear of death. On the contrary, he is more alive than ever before. By embracing the finite nature of his physical existence, he has tapped into the infinite nature of his consciousness. He has compressed eternity into each moment, and in doing so, he has discovered the secret to truly living. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, if I act as if I have no time left, won't I become anxious or desperate? Won't I neglect my responsibilities in a mad rush to live life to the fullest? These are natural concerns, born from a misunderstanding of what it truly means to live, as if you have no time left. You see, acting as if you have no time left is not about frantically trying to cram a lifetime of experiences into each day. It's not about neglecting your duties or living recklessly. It's about bringing a new level of awareness, of presence to each moment of your life. It's about recognizing the preciousness of time and using it wisely in alignment with your highest purpose. When you truly embody this state of timelessness, you find that you naturally prioritize what's truly important. You stop putting off your dreams for some mythical future date. You cease engaging in petty conflicts or holding on to grudges. You begin to live from your highest self, expressing your divine nature in each thought, word, and deed. Consider the words of Scripture. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. This is not a command to achieve some impossible standard of behavior. It is an invitation to recognize your true nature, your oneness with the divine. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming this divine perfection in the eternal now. But how, you may ask, does one begin this practice? How does one act as if they have no time left in a world that seems designed to distract and delay? The answer, my dear friends, lies in the power of your wonderful human imagination. Your imagination is the very bridge between time and eternity, the tool by which you can collapse life into moments. Begin by selecting a scene, a short, simple scene that embodies the life you would live if you truly had no time left. Perhaps it's a scene of you boldly declaring your love to someone you've admired from afar. Maybe it's the feeling of satisfaction as you put the final touches on your life's work. Or it could be the peace you feel as you forgive someone who has wronged you, knowing that life is too short for resentment. Now, enter that scene in your imagination. Do not merely visualize it as if watching a movie. Step into it. Be the protagonist in this drama of your creation. Feel the urgency, the clarity, the aliveness that comes with knowing this could be your final act. Make it as real and as vivid as you possibly can. And most importantly, feel the emotion, the intensity, the passion, the love that this compressed moment brings you. Repeat this imaginal act night after night, day after day. Let it be the last thing you experience before drifting off to sleep, and the first thing you return to upon waking. Live in this state as often as you can, for in doing so, you are collapsing time. You are acting as if you have no time left. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice profound shifts in your outer world. You may find yourself naturally taking bold actions that you previously would have postponed. You may notice a new depth in your relationships as you express your true feelings without hesitation. You may discover wells of creativity and productivity that you never knew you possessed. These changes, my friends, are not coincidences. They are the natural result of your shift in consciousness. They are the physical manifestation of your new understanding of time and your place within it. Do not question them. Do not doubt them. Simply accept them with gratitude, knowing that they are confirmation of the truth you have accepted in your imagination. But what of those moments when the old habits of procrastination and delay creep back in? What of those times when the world of Caesar seems to demand that you put off your dreams, that you wait for a beans? This, beloved, is where your resolve is tested and strengthened. Remember, the outer world is a shadow, a reflection of past states of consciousness. It takes time for this shadow to fully align with your new state of being. During this period of transition, you must stand firm in your conviction. You must persist in your assumption that now is the only time you have to. When you feel yourself slipping back into old patterns, do not fight it. Do not resist it. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and then gently return to the feeling of timeless urgency. Remind yourself that your imagination is the reality and that the word of Caesar must conform to it in due time. For it is written, the vision has its own appointed hour, it ripens, it will flower. If it be long, then wait, for it is sure, and it will not be late. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you will find that your entire being begins to shift. Your thoughts naturally align with purposeful action. Your words carry the weight of truth and immediacy. Your actions spring from a place of clarity and conviction. You no longer wait for the perfect moment. You create perfection in each moment. This, my dear friends, is the art and science of living in the eternal now. It is the method by which you can transcend the limitations of linear time and step into the fullness of your divine nature. It is not a denial of death, but a profound affirmation of life. It is the practical application of the eternal power that resides within you, the power that is your divine birthright. As we delve deeper into this practice, let us consider the nature of reality itself. In the world of Caesar, reality appears fixed and unyielding, a solid construct that we must navigate with caution. But in the realm of imagination, in the kingdom of God within you, reality is fluid. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously, and you have the power to select the reality you wish to experience. When you act as if you have no time left, you are essentially stepping out of the illusion of fixed reality and into the fluid reality of imagination. You are selecting from the infinite possibilities that exist, the reality that aligns with your highest self. And as you dwell in that reality in your imagination, compressing eternity into each moment, you draw it into your physical experience. Consider the words of Scripture. In the twinkling of an eye, we shall all be changed. This is not a prophecy about some future event. It is a profound truth about the nature of consciousness. In the instant that you shift your awareness, in the moment that you decide to live as if you have no time left, you are changed. And as you change, the world around you must change to reflect your new state of being. But my beloved listeners, I must caution you. This power is not to be used frivolously or for the harm of others. For in harming others, you only harm yourself. Remember, in the timeless reality of your true self, there is no other. We are all one, all expressions of the same divine consciousness. Therefore, use this power wisely for the betterment of all. As you practice acting as if you have no time left, you may find that your priorities begin to shift. What once seemed important may lose its urgency. What you thought you wanted may pale in comparison to the deep callings of your soul that now demand expression. This is natural and beautiful. It is a sign of your expanding consciousness, your growing awareness of what truly matters in the eternal now. Embrace these shifts. Allow your imagination to soar beyond the confines of your current desires. For in truth, the ultimate aim of this practice is not merely to accomplish more in less time, but to fully realize your oneness with the divine. It is to know beyond all doubt that you are an eternal being having a temporary human experience, that you are limitless, that you are, in essence, God expressing itself as you. Now, let us address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should abandon all long-term planning? Should I disregard the future entirely? The answer, my friends, is both yes and no. You see, abandoning long-term planning in the conventional sense is not the same as acting as if you have no time left. To truly embody this state requires a shift in consciousness so profound that your relationship with the future itself is transformed. You do not ignore the future, you bring it into the present through the power of your imagination. Imagine, if you will, a great artist working on their masterpiece. They do not fret about whether they will finish the work. They do not constantly check the clock or worry about running out of work time. They are fully immersed in the act of creation, bringing their entire being into each brushstroke. Yet, at the same time, they hold the vision of the completed work in their imagination. This is how you must approach your life when you act as if you have no time left. You bring the full force of your being into each moment while simultaneously holding the vision of your fulfilled desires in your imagination. You do not work towards your goals. You live from the state of their fulfillment now. As you practice this, you will find that your relationship with time itself begins to change. What once felt like a limited resource to be carefully rationed now becomes an abundant wellspring of possibility. For you understand that in the eternal now, there is time for everything that truly matters. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about cramming more activities into each day. It is about bringing more life into each moment. It is about understanding that the fullness of existence is available to you here and now, if only you have the courage to claim it. Now, let us delve deeper into the practical aspects of this practice. How does one maintain this state of timeless urgency throughout the day, amidst the demands and distractions of daily life? The key lies in cultivating a new habit of thought, a new way of perceiving and interacting with the world around you. Begin each day by immersing yourself in the feeling of timelessness. Before you open your eyes in the morning, spend a few moments in the eternal now, feeling the urgency and aliveness that comes from knowing this day could be your last. Let this feeling permeate your entire being so that you carry it with you as you rise and begin your day. As you go about your daily activities, continuously remind yourself of the preciousness of each moment. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, if this were my last day on earth, what would I choose? This simple question can shift your perspective dramatically, allowing you to approach situations from a place of clarity and purpose, rather than habit or fear. Practice gratitude for each moment, not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance. Be thankful not for what you hope to experience in the future, but for what you are experiencing now. This attitude of gratitude aligns you with the frequency of the eternal now, drawing more reasons to be grateful into your life. Watch your words carefully, for they are powerful creators. Speak as if each word could be your last. Eliminate phrases of postponement or delay from your vocabulary. Instead of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, say, I choose to do this now. Instead of saying, I'm waiting for the right time, say, now is the right thing. Choose them as if they were your last. In your interactions with others, bring a new level of presence and authenticity. Listen as if it were the last time you would hear their voice. Speak your truth as if it were your final opportunity to do so. Love as if this moment were all you had. For in truth, this moment is all you ever have. When you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of procrastination or delay, do not berate yourself. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and gently guide your consciousness back to the state of timeless urgency. Remember, this is a practice. Like any skill, it takes time and patience to master. Be kind to yourself as you learn and grow. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your perception of the world. What once seemed like obstacles become opportunities for growth and expression. What once caused you anxiety is now met with calm resolve. You will find yourself naturally taking inspired action, effortlessly moving towards the realization of your deepest desires. But here, my beloved listeners, is where many stumble. As they begin to see the fruits of their new state of consciousness manifesting in the physical world, they become excited and impatient. They start to wonder how much time it will take for their desires to fully manifest. They look for signs and try to figure out the how and when of their manifestations. In doing so, they slip out of the timeless now and back into the linear thinking of past and future. This is a crucial point in your journey. When you begin to see your life transforming, when you notice the world rearranging itself to accommodate your new reality, you must hold steady in your assumption. Do not be moved by appearances. Do not try to figure out how or when your desire will manifest. Simply continue to live from the state of timeless urgency, knowing with unshakable faith that what you have imagined must come to pass. Remember the words of Scripture. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, Yahweh. Your absolute knowing that now is the only time there is the very substance that brings your desires into physical manifestation. It is the evidence of the unseen reality that exists in your imagination. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you may find that your relationship with desire itself begins to change. You may discover that the joy you sought in the fulfillment of your desires was available to you all along. For in truth, the state of timeless urgency is not about frantically chasing after experiences. It is a state of consciousness, a way of being in the world. When you truly embody this state, you realize that there is nothing to seek, nothing to strive for. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now, waiting to be expressed. This realization brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. You no longer postpone your joy, for you know that joy is the very essence of your being, available in each eternal moment. This, my dear friends, is the ultimate freedom. It is the state of being that all spiritual teachings point towards. It is the kingdom of heaven that is within you. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming your rightful place in this kingdom. You are acknowledging your oneness with the divine, your role as a co-creator of reality. But let us be clear, this state of consciousness does not mean that you become reckless or irresponsible. On the contrary, when you act as if you have no time left, you become more responsible, more intentional in your choices. You become acutely aware of the impact of your thoughts, words, and actions. You understand that each moment is an opportunity to express your highest self, to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. As we near the end of our time together, I want to address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should never rest or take time for self-care? The answer, my beloved, is that rest and self-care take on a new meaning when you live from this state of consciousness. You see, when you act as if you have no time left, your rest becomes more restful, your self-care more nurturing. For you understand the preciousness of these moments. You don't rest out of exhaustion or escape, but out of a deep honoring of your being. You don't engage in self-care out of obligation or fear, but out of love for the divine expression that you are. In this state, you may find that you accomplish more than you ever thought possible, yet with less struggle and strain. For you are no longer pushing against the current of life, but flowing with it. You are no longer trying to make things happen in some imagined future, but allowing them to unfold naturally in the eternal now. And so, my dear friends, as we conclude this exploration of acting as if you have no time left, I urge you to take this practice into your daily life. Begin now in this very moment to live from the state of timeless urgency. Feel the aliveness, the clarity, the love that comes from knowing that now is all you have. Remember, this is not about living in fear of death. It is about embracing the fullness of life. It is about aligning yourself with the deepest truth of your being. It is about claiming your divine inheritance as an eternal being expressing itself in time. As you leave this place and return to your daily lives, carry with you the knowledge that now is the only time there is. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions. Let it transform your perception of the world and your place in it. For in truth, you are not separate from the world. You are the world, experiencing itself through your unique perspective. Act as if you have no time left, and watch as your life takes on a new depth and richness. Live from the eternal now, and see how your path unfolds before you with grace and ease. Be the person who compresses eternity into each moment, and discover that you have always been that person, waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. Go forth, my beloved, and create the life you desire. For you are the operant power. You are the divine made flesh. You are the creator of your reality. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now. Claim it, live it, and always remember the world is yourself pushed out. As you transform your inner world, your outer world must follow. This is the law. This is the promise. This is the truth that sets you free. In closing, I leave you with this thought. Each breath you take is both your first and your last. Each moment is a beginning and an ending. In this paradox lies the secret of eternal life. For when you fully embrace the finite nature of your physical existence, you tap into the infinite nature of your consciousness. Live as if you have no time left, and you will discover that you have all the time in the world. For in the eternal now, time ceases to be a limitation and becomes a canvas for your creative expression. Thank you, my dear friends, for your attention and your willingness to explore these profound truths. May you go forth in the knowing that you are loved, that you are powerful beyond measure, and that now is the only time there is. For you are, in truth, the eternal expressed in time. God bless you all. In this vast universe of infinite possibilities, you are a creator, a divine being clothed in human form. The life you experience, the reality you perceive, is not something thrust upon you by external forces. It is, in fact, a reflection of your inner world, a manifestation of your deepest beliefs and assumptions. And herein lies the transformative power of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future. To truly understand this concept, we must first grasp the fundamental nature of reality. The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, are not solid, immutable facts. They are instead fluid expressions of consciousness, shaped and molded by your thoughts, feelings, and most importantly, your assumptions about yourself and the world. When you learn to act as if you are the best, you are not engaging in mere pretense or hollow affirmation. You are in fact aligning yourself with a profound truth, that you are already the best version of yourself in potential, waiting to be expressed in your three-dimensional reality. This is not about ego or superiority over others. It is about recognizing and embodying your divine nature, your inherent greatness. Consider for a moment the life of a great oak tree. Within its tiny acorn lies the full potential of the mighty tree it will become. The acorn doesn't strive or struggle to become an oak. It simply is an oak in potential, waiting for the right conditions to express its true nature. In the same way, your greatness, your best self, is not something you need to acquire or achieve. It is already within you, waiting to be recognized and expressed. Now you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I act as if I'm the best when my current circumstances seem to contradict this? This, my dear friends, is where the true power of your imagination comes into play. Your imagination is not merely a faculty for daydreaming or escaping reality. It is the very workshop in which your reality is crafted. When you learn to use your imagination to see yourself as the best, to feel the reality of your desired future, you set in motion a series of events that must inevitably lead to the manifestation of that reality. This is not wishful thinking or positive affirmation. This is the activation of a spiritual law, as certain as the law of gravity. Let me share with you a powerful technique to help you embody this state of being the best. I call it the I remember when exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in the future having achieved all that you desire. Now, from that future perspective, look back on your current circumstances and say to yourself, I remember when I struggled with your current challenge. How wonderful it is to have overcome that and become your desired state. As you engage in this exercise, allow yourself to feel the reality of this future state. Feel the confidence, the joy, the sense of accomplishment. Let these feelings permeate your entire being. This is not mere visualization. It is the activation of a state of consciousness that will begin to reshape your reality. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, isn't this just self-deception? Am I not lying to myself if I say what you consider to be the truth of your current circumstances is itself a form of self-deception? Your current reality is nothing more than the outpicturing of your past thoughts and beliefs. By choosing to act as if you are the best, you are not deceiving yourself. You are in fact aligning yourself with a higher truth, the truth of your divine nature and limitless potential. Consider the life of any great achiever in history. Before they manifested their greatness in the world, they first had to conceive of it in their minds. They had to act as if they were already great, even when the world told them otherwise. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of a future of racial equality at a time when such a notion seemed impossible. Steve Jobs envisioned a world where computers would be personal and intuitive, when most people couldn't imagine a use for them in their homes. These visionaries didn't wait for circumstances to change before they believed in their future. They believed first, and their belief reshaped reality. This brings us to a crucial point in our discussion: the importance of persistence. Learning to act as if you are the best is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice, a new way of being in the world. There will be times when your old beliefs and habits try to reassert themselves. There will be moments when the external world seems to contradict your inner knowing. In these moments, you must stand firm in your new assumption. Remember, the physical world you see around you is like a shadow, always lagging behind the light that casts it. That light is your consciousness. When you change your consciousness by acting as if you are the best, it may take some time for your physical reality to catch up. But catch up it must, for this is the law of your being. Let us now delve deeper into the second part of our topic, believing in future. This belief is not a mere hope or wish that things will somehow get better. It is a rock-solid knowing, an unshakable faith in the inevitability of your desired future. This kind of belief has a power that can move mountains, that can reshape entire lives. To cultivate this belief in your future, you must learn to live from the end. This means mentally occupying the state of your fulfilled desire, feeling it to be true right now, even before it had manifested in your physical reality. When you do this, you set up a tension between your inner experience and your outer reality. This tension must be resolved, and it can only be resolved in one way: by your outer reality conforming to your inner experience. Imagine for a moment that you are an archer. Your desired future is the target and your belief is the arrow. The strength of your belief determines the force with which the arrow flies. When you believe weakly, doubting and second-guessing yourself, your arrow falls short. But when you believe with all your heart, with unwavering faith, your arrow flies true and strikes the bullseye of your desire. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, what about hard work and effort? Surely we can't just believe and have everything handed to us. My dear friends, action certainly has its place. But the action that springs from a state of being your best self, from a place of unshakable belief in your future, is of a different quality altogether. When you act from this elevated state of consciousness, your actions are inspired. You find yourself naturally doing the right things, being in the right place at the right time. It's as if the entire universe conspires to support your new self-concept. This is not coincidence or luck. It is the natural result of aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe through your imagination and belief. Let me share with you a powerful practice to strengthen your belief in your future. I call it the living in the end meditation. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax. Now, imagine yourself in a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and real as possible. Engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? As you immerse yourself in this scene, allow the feeling of wish fulfilled to permeate your entire being. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment. Stay with this feeling for as long as you can. When you open your eyes, carry this feeling with you throughout your day. As you practice this regularly, you'll find that your belief in your future becomes stronger and more unshakable. You'll begin to notice small changes in your external reality that confirm your new self-concept. These are signs that your new assumption is taking root, that your reality is beginning to reshape itself to match your inner state. Now let us address a common challenge that many face when trying to act as if they are the best and believe in their future: the opinions and judgments of others. In your journey of self-transformation, you may encounter skepticism or even opposition from those around you. They may question your new behavior, doubt your vision for the future. In these moments, it's crucial to remember that others can only see the shadow of your past beliefs. They are reacting to who you were, not who you are becoming. Their opinions, no matter how well-intentioned, are based on a reality that you are in the process of transcending. Do not let their limited perception dim the brightness of your vision. Instead, see their skepticism as an opportunity to strengthen your new assumption. When faced with doubts, silently affirm to yourself, they simply cannot see yet what I know to be true. In time, they too will witness the manifestation of my greatness. By maintaining your stance in the face of opposition, you are not being stubborn or delusional. You are, in fact, demonstrating an unshakable faith in the creative power of your consciousness. As you continue on this path of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, you may notice an interesting phenomenon. Not only does your external reality begin to change, but your perception of yourself and the world around you also shifts. Things that once seemed impossible now appear within reach. Challenges that once overwhelmed you now become opportunities for growth and expression of your newfound confidence. The shift in perception is a natural result of your elevated consciousness. As you consistently occupy the state of being your best self, you begin to see the world through new eyes. You recognize opportunities that were always there but were previously invisible to you. You find reserves of strength and creativity within yourself that you never knew existed. But let us delve even deeper into this concept of acting as if you are the best. This is not about comparison with others or striving to be superior. It is about fully embodying your unique gifts and talents, about expressing the divine potential that is uniquely yours. When you act as if you are the best, you are honoring the divine spark within you, allowing it to shine forth in all its brilliance. Consider for a moment the great masters in any field, be it art, science, spirituality, or business. What sets them apart is not just their skill or knowledge, but their unwavering belief in their unique vision and abilities. They act as if they are the best, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep reverence for the gift they have been given, and a sense of responsibility to share that gift with the world. You, my dear friends, have been given a unique gift, a unique purpose. When you act as if you are the best, you are stepping into the fullness of that purpose. So declare into the universe, I am ready to be all that I am meant to be. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom abundance, responds by aligning circumstances to support your declaration. Now let us turn our attention to the power of persistence in this practice. Acting as if you are the best and believing your future is not a one-time event. It is a continuous choice, a moment-by-moment decision to align yourself with your highest mission. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when old habits of thought try to reassert themselves. In these moments, gentle persistence is key. When you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of thought or behavior, do not judge or criticize yourself. Simply notice what's happening and make a conscious choice to return to your new state of behavior. Remember, you are reprogramming deeply ingrained patterns of thought and belief. This takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself, but be persistent. One powerful way to maintain this persistence is through the practice of revision. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review the events of your day. If there were any moments where you didn't act as your best self or where you doubted your future, mentally revise those scenes. See them playing out the way you would have wanted them to, with you fully embodying your best self. Feel the satisfaction and joy of this revised scenario. This practice of revision is not about denying what happened or living in fantasy. It is about exercising your creative power, about refusing to let temporary setbacks define your self-concept or your future. By consistently revising your day, you strengthen your new assumption and weaken the hold of old limiting beliefs. As we continue our exploration, let us consider how this practice of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future affects your relationships with others. When you truly embody this state of being, you naturally inspire those around you. Your confidence, your joy, your sense of purpose becomes contagious. Without saying a word, you give others permission to step into their own greatness. Moreover, when you act from this elevated state of consciousness, you naturally attract people and circumstances that align with your new self-concept. You may find that new opportunities present themselves, that doors previously closed suddenly open. This is not coincidence. It is the natural result of your shifted consciousness drawing to you that which resonates with your Neville vibration. But what about those times when, despite your best efforts, things don't seem to be changing? When, despite acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, your external reality seems stubbornly resistant to change. This, my dear friends, is when your faith is truly tested and when it has the opportunity to grow strongest. In these moments of apparent stagnation or setback, it's crucial to remember that what you see in your external reality is the manifestation of past thoughts and beliefs. Your new assumption, your new way of being, is like a seed planted in the ground. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not growing. Trust in the unseen forces at work. Know that as long as you maintain your new state of consciousness, change must come. It is law. Let me share with you a powerful affirmation to use in these moments of doubt or impatience. Say to yourself, my external reality is still catching up to my inner knowing. I trust in the perfect unfolding of my desire. Feel the truth of these words. Let them sink deep into your consciousness, reinforcing your unshakable belief in your future. As we near the conclusion of our exploration, I want to address a question that may be arising in your minds. How do I maintain this elevated state of consciousness in the face of life's heavy challenges and disappointments? The answer lies in understanding that your state of consciousness is a choice, one that you have the power to make in every moment. Regardless of what is happening around you, you always have the ability to choose your inner state. This doesn't mean denying or ignoring challenging circumstances. It means choosing to interpret and respond to those circumstances from the perspective of your best self, of someone who believes unshackably in their future. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how would my best self respond to this situation? How would someone who is absolutely certain of their bright future handle this? Then act from that place. This is not pretense or fakery. It is a conscious choice to align yourself with your highest potential, even in the face of adversity. Remember, my dear friends, the circumstances of your life are not the truth of who you are. They are simply the outpicturing of your past assumptions and beliefs. As you consistently choose to act as if you are the best and believe in your future, you set in motion your same chain of causation. Your external reality has no choice but to reshape itself to match your new inner state. In conclusion, I urge you to embrace this powerful truth. You are the author of your life story. Every moment is an opportunity to write a new chapter, to reimagine yourself and your future. By learning to act as if you are the best and believing unwaveringly in your future, you tap into the infinite creative power of your consciousness. Go forth from here not as seekers, but as knowers. Know that within you lies the power to reshape your reality. Know that as you align yourself with the truth of divine nature, all things become possible. Trust in the law of your being, which states that your inner assumptions must inevitably manifest in your outer reality. Let your light shine brightly, undiminished by doubt or fear. Act as if you are the best, not out of ego, but out of reverence for the divine potential within you. Believe in your future with an unshakable faith. Knowing that you do so, you set in motion forces beyond your current comprehension that will work tirelessly to bring your vision into reality. Thank you for your attention, my beloved audience. May your journey of self-discovery and manifestation be filled with joy, wonder, and the continual unfolding of your limitless potential. Remember, in acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, you are not reaching for something outside yourself. You are simply allowing the truth of who you are to shine forth in all its glory. Trust in this process, persist in this practice, and watch in awe as your life transforms before your very eyes.